Hey everyone, and welcome to his second month update. I just finished filming his first month update, so if you guys haven't checked that out already, it'll be up before this one. So hopefully you guys have already seen this if you guys are watching this. So if you guys hear him in the background, he's right next to me over here in his little bouncer, and he's there just playing away with the birdies because he loves his little bouncer. We have the Snuggle Bunny bouncing seat that has the little mobile on the top with the birds, and he just loves it. He just sits there and just talks to the birds. So if you guys hear him, that's him. So let's get to it. He just had his doctor's appointment on this past Saturday. On Thursday, so maybe 4 or 5 days ago. Today is Monday, so he had it 4 days ago. And currently he got weighed and everything like that, and he is 11 pounds and 7 ounces. So he's 11 pounds, 7 ounces, and his height is 23.6 inches, and his head circumference is 15.5 inches. Actually, I forgot to get his percentiles, but the last time we went to the doctor when he was 5 weeks old, he was in the 47th percentile for his weight. He was in the 85th percentile for his height. And for his head circumference, I think he was like 20 something. So he's about average. For his weight, he's a little bit below average, but that's fine with us, right? Every baby grows at their own pace. So he's just such a cutie. Anyways, so right now he is, if you haven't seen his first month update, he is exclusively formula fed. I will get into that if you guys would like into a separate video on my breastfeeding story.
My hair is just bugging me.
Anyways, in a separate video. So, you know, it's a little complicated. So basically, in a nutshell, I did breastfeed him for the first month, but unfortunately, my breast milk the supply never increased. As he got hungrier and his hunger needs changed, my breast milk unfortunately wasn't enough for him to be satisfied. So that's basically what happened, and then eventually it would just dried out. So unfortunately that's what happened, and I tried my best. I was making sure that I was resting properly, drinking a lot of water. I was taking fenugreek as well. I just did everything I possibly could. I was trying to eat healthy and things like that. So unfortunately that didn't work out. I'm just glad that I did. I was able to do it for the first month. I've established a bond with him. So I'm just extremely grateful for what did happen, and I'm not really focusing on the negative. When I did give him formula, and I know when I did have to give it to him, I did get extremely emotional, and I did cry for days because I felt so bad about myself, and because I was just so prone to breastfeeding, and you know, I had my hopes up high, and there's just so many benefits of breastfeeding. It's just so amazing for you and the baby, and I was extremely disappointed that I could not give that to him, you know, for as long as I wanted to. But for the most part, you know, I'm just focusing on the better part of things, and I am not going to feel any less of a mother, like as somebody that is breastfeeding. That's just important. If anyone else, if that happened to you, you are amazing, and you're not less of a mother because you're formula feeding than a mother that breastfeeds. You know, it's amazing. Breastfeeding's amazing, and I just take my hat off, and I'm really, really happy for all you mothers that can breastfeed, but unfortunately this time it didn't work out. Maybe my second child, I will definitely try again because I love the whole idea of breastfeeding. So yeah, so that's it in a little nutshell summary. But anyway, so he's wearing size 1 diapers, and we did switch him over to size 1 when he was 2 weeks old, and he's wearing 0 to 3 month clothing, which he's been wearing since he was 6 weeks old. So so that's that. He's drinking about 4.5 to 5 ounces of formula milk every 3 hours. Every 3 hours he drinks about 4 to 5 ounces of formula. And at his doctor's appointment, he just actually got his vaccines. He got one on each thigh. He did pretty well with the vaccines. He did not really cry that much. He just whined a little bit. And then after that, he was back to his smiley self. But during that day, he was a little bit fussy. He was good, and then sometimes I think he would remember that his legs hurt or something like that. He would remember, and he would kind of get whiny and cry a little bit, but then it would go away. For the most part, he wasn't too bad. He was great with it. Towards the end of the night, though, he did get a little bit of a fever. His fever was at about 37. He's just laughing here. It's just so cute. But yeah, he did get a little bit of fever, which I did give him some Tylenol for it, some baby Tylenol, and then that was fine. And then by the next day, he was awesome. He was fine. Usually they say that they last about 2 days, about a little bit of fussiness, but that didn't occur to him. It was just the day of, and that's it. He's doing great. But yeah, so that was that. So he's always smiling and laughing, as you guys can hear. He's always talking and vocalizing. I think that this week, actually, like when he turned 9 weeks, that's when he just went full force with his voice, and he, like that. Like he is just so vocalized, and he just coos and caws and gurgles and all that kind of stuff. He did do that like around like 5 weeks old, and he started doing that throughout his first month, but not like he is now. When he turned 9 weeks, like this past week, he has just been, he just, I don't know, went through a growth spurt or something, but right now he is just talking away and cooing and cawing and kicking his legs and his arms, and he just gets so excited, and he just always wants to be standing and, you know, interacting with you, and he just loves attention. He is just such a happy baby. He is just starting to get active, you know, kicking his legs and his arms and things like that. So I think that pretty soon, you know, in a month and a half or in a month, whenever it's safe, I think he'll be ready for the little, I think they're called bouncing exercisers or something like that. So we're gonna purchase a baby Einstein one for him, because I think that he's just going to do great on it, because he's already showing signs of kicking his legs, and he wants to jump, and he already stands up on your, you know, when he's on your lap, he stands and he kind of jumps, and, you know, he's just really firm. He holds his head up high, he holds his posture. He's just doing really good. He's really steady with that. So I think pretty soon he's going to be ready for that. Some things that I've noticed this week is that he actually started drooling a lot. This week he has never been the one to drool or spit up. He has never done that. But this week he actually is starting to get a little bit of drool, which I think is a sign of teething. So I think that I'm going to start preparing myself for the teething stage, which I did buy some Aura Gel and everything that I already need for that. So when he's teething, Aura Gel is basically like this little paste that you put on, you rub on their gums, and basically it just makes it a little bit numb to release some of the irritation. So I do have some of that on hand already, so I know that he's starting to drool. So, oh, he's just growing up so fast, and I really do want to cherish every moment of him. He stares at everything. He looks at everything, everybody. He just loves to, like, when you're talking, he just laughs, and he just really does. He loves his crib mobile. Sometimes during the day, what I would do is I would put him in his crib and put the mobile on, and he would just laugh, and he just stares at the little animals, like just going around and around. He just loves it. I have a few videos on that because it's just amazing to see. He's starting to find his voice, like I said. He wakes up 2 times a night. You know, ever since after like maybe around 5 weeks old, he started waking up 2 times. You know, so he would go to bed at around like 9:30, and then he would wake up at 12, and then at 3, and then at 6. So he'd only wake up 2 times during the night. But now this week, which I don't want to jinx, so I'm gonna knock on wood, is she started to put him on a schedule, and maybe try to to get him to sleep on his own. So one night, actually, I think it was Tuesday of last week, I put him in his, it was around 9:30, and I put him in his crib. I shut off the lights, and I kissed him goodnight, and I put the little mobile on. And when I came back, he was almost falling asleep, so I put it on again, and he fell asleep by himself. So this week, he has been sleeping by himself. So at 9:30 or 10 o'clock, if I put him in his crib at night, he'll fall asleep by himself. And then he only wakes up at 4 in the morning. And then at 6:30. So he only wakes up one time now. So ever since, you know, this week. So I'm not going to jinx that. So he's doing amazing with sleeping. It's always the same schedule every day. So around 9:30, 10 o'clock, he goes to sleep. He wakes up at around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Mostly 4 o'clock. And then he goes back to bed and wakes up at 6:30. And then when he wakes up at 6:30, I will usually get him from his crib and just have him in bed a little bit with me, and he'll take like a light little nap with me, and then we'll wake up at around like 7:30. And then he'll have his bottle, and then he'll go in his swing, and I'll get some things you know, done, and I'll get ready for the morning, and I'll make the bed, and I'll do some things like that. And then he falls asleep in his swing at around 8:30. He'll take a nap, and he'll probably wake up around 10:30. And then so that's how the schedule goes. But yeah, so that's that for his sleeping schedule and things like that. He loves bath time. When he was born, he didn't really like it at all. He would cry, obviously, because newborns, you know, they have to get adjusted to it and everything like that. So, you know, now he just loves it. He takes a bath. He loves it. He's actually starting, this week, I actually noticed how he actually is starting to kick his legs in the bath water and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to change, because right now where we bathe him, we have this little bathing station in his room, in the nursery, where it's kind of like this little counter and the bathtub's on it. So we give him a bath at about, you know, our height. So now, since he's kicking his legs, water is going everywhere. So we're just gonna have to switch him to the bathtub, like to put his bathtub in the bath. So that's what's gonna happen. But for the most part, he loves bath time. He doesn't cry when he gets dressed or when he gets out of the bathtub. He's just amazing. I don't have anything to complain about. He's an amazing baby. He's always happy and laughing and talking, like you guys can hear in the background. Getting used to that schedule, and I'm really happy that he's on that schedule, that he goes to bed at 9:30, because it's really good to have your baby a little bit earlier. And as he gets older, I am going to try to put him at an earlier bedtime, maybe around 8 o'clock, only because it does get us some, you know, like time with your husband before going to bed. So, and it's really good for them as well to get a good night's sleep. So, also, he's really attached to me. In the first, I'm having this trouble, and tell me if any of you guys have this trouble. But every time I go somewhere, whether it's somebody's house or something like that, he was having this trouble where he would always get fussy wherever he was. Like, he loves going out, he loves car rides, he loves going to the mall, he loves that stuff because he just sleeps right through it. But if I go to someone's house, like my in-laws and things like that, my father's, like everything like that, he's okay in the beginning, and then he starts to get really fussy. He starts really not being comfortable. He doesn't like anybody holding him but like me or my husband, and stuff like that. So he doesn't sleep, like he won't nap at somebody else's house. So I'm starting to get to like notice that he is so used to being like his surroundings. He's used to being like home. He knows his environment and things like that. So I think he's really he really, like, when he goes out, I think he misses his little corner. Like, he likes the calmness and his surroundings at home. And I think that he's not used to wherever he goes. If we go somewhere, like someone else's house, he's not used to their surroundings. So I think that's, like, he's going through that stage. He's also going through that stage where he gets really fussy with other people because he, you know, thinks of them as strangers, like, obviously, because you know, he doesn't really know them. I think he's trying to get to know them. So he's in that phase where he wants to be with me, and if someone else holds them, you know, he gets a little fussy and he cries. And for the most part, I think he's really used to me. And I never, like, he's not always in my lap. He's, for the most part, during the day, he spends a lot of time in his swing and all that kind of stuff. But I think that, yeah, so he's going through that stage of, you know, I guess, that stage where he's a little bit just iffy with his surroundings if we go out. So that's about it for his 2 months. Oh, as well, another thing is when I'm starting to notice that when he feeds, he's actually starting to show interest in holding his bottle. He actually tries to control my hand. He, when I hold the bottle, he has his hand over me and he pulls the hand, like the bottle, out in his mouth. If it's a smaller bottle, he'll actually hold it. But if it's a bigger bottle, because it's heavier, he will not. So he's starting to show some interest on that. And he's crying. But for the most part, I think that's it for his 2nd month update. Another thing as well, I don't think I mentioned, is he's starting to grasp things. So he's already grasping and things like that. And this is him. So I think that's about it for our for his 2-month update. I really want to thank you guys all for watching. If you guys have any questions or some tips, anything, you know, of the stage that he's going through, let me know. And, you know, how to get him used to other people and things like that. For the most part, I have been so overprotective, and I don't want to leave him with anybody. I'm just like that. I don't feel comfortable. Not because I don't trust the person or like my family, but I'm just so attached to him and I love him so much, and I don't think that I should, I don't want to leave him with anyone. Like, my family has been kind of pushing me to leave him, like, you know, and go out with my hubby and things like that, but I do not want to. I think he's too young and I'm not ready for it, and he's not ready for it either. So for the most part, you know, I think that when I get to babysitting and things like that, for me to, like, you know, I think it's only going to be in that, like, 6 or 7 month stage where he's playing by himself and he's a little bit more independent, if I can even leave him, because it's just so hard for me. So, you know, for myself, like, he's all I need, and right now I don't feel any need to go out or to watch a movie or things like that. I know it's extremely important to spend time with your husband, but we have been spending a lot of great time together. So, you know, we watch a movie at home, and, you know, when he goes down for a nap, we always try to find time for each other, and we're just extremely happy with the way things are going right now. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for some more videos. I will be doing what's in his diaper bag from, like, you know, 2 months or 3 months, and as well as newborn must-haves and things like that. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Say bye. See you guys next time. Bye.